So Jared, what would you say the biggest themes you're hearing about are here at the Building Business Capability Conference 2022?
So it's interesting, there's so many themes, and the biggest thing that I'm sensing is it's great to be back together. It's great to be live.
Yeah.
We wish a lot more people would have been able to attend for whatever reason. I know there's some people with flight cancellations and illnesses and whatnot, but our community is still thriving. You can feel the energy here at BBC.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's palpable.
And what would you say that means if you extrapolate that forward? Because I know a debate that's being had a lot in the community is how much time people should spend in offices, how much time they should spend virtually. If you think about like a business analyst, what would you say some of the trends you might predict are going to be in the ways of working post-pandemic?
So I think the pendulum has begun to swing, right? So during the pandemic, it was completely virtual.
Yeah.
We had no other choice, right?
Yeah.
So I think the pendulum is swinging, and will it ever go back to fully in person? I doubt it. I think there will always be a virtual and a physical component to future conferences and future work for that matter. But I think, and you and I were talking about this yesterday, about content is very, very well delivered in a virtual environment.
Yeah.
I have some problems with that because virtual work, virtual conferences, you may or may not be as engaged. And as the director of membership engagement, that's a huge thing for me. That's why I want to be together, because you and I together, we can have a conversation that we wouldn't have in a virtual environment, right? That connection is deeper, and our conversations become organic as opposed to structured and deliberate.
And perhaps that's something that we take away as practitioners as well, is leverage the virtual tools to the best of their abilities in the best of the context. But actually there are times when face-to-face makes sense, and it's about really planning for it and really leveraging and getting the most out of those in-person workshops in between all of the other virtual conversations as well.
So Adrian, you and I have had this conversation at previous BBCs, and one of the things that we've said is the mantra of a BA is that depends. It depends on the situation. I know a lot of organizations that are maybe not having as effective virtual team meetings and group dynamics and whatnot, but that maybe they're not leveraging the tools that they have. There has to be some way, like in one of the sessions I was in yesterday, we were talking about cameras on or cameras off. In a virtual world, if you want to be really successful, cameras have to be on. You have to be able to see that I'm paying attention to you. You have to be able to read my body language. Otherwise, you're getting a one-dimensional view of the conversation. And I think there's a lot of organizations that don't use those tools.
I think that's great, and what a great point to end on, Jared, about the advantages of actually seeing people in 3 dimensions once again, in between the 2 dimensions. So Jared, great to talk to you. Thank you.
Always great. You're a national treasure.
Thank you.
Global treasure. Sorry, I was wrong.